Hey guys, how you going? Hope you're all doing very well. This afternoon I'm going to be doing a review of a horror film from Spain, Spanish language English subs, released in the year 2014, directed by Alfredo Montero, and this film is called In Darkness We Fall. So the story to In Darkness We Fall, we've got a group of 5 friends who are going on vacation. They come across this cave and they decide to explore. So they're not supposed to be doing this, they don't know what's inside the cave, but they think that it'll be an adventure and that nothing will go wrong. But something does go wrong. Before long they find themselves lost. They're inside this cave, they've got torches that are running out of battery, and they've forgotten the way back to where they came from. So panic starts to set in as they realise that there is no way out and that their food supply is running low, and also they're getting very thirsty. So they start to turn on each other, and this is what begins their nightmare. And whether or not they can get out of this cave in one piece is something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I'm going with my synopsis. Now my thoughts on In Darkness We Will Fall. I thought this is a very simplistic film. There is not too much to it. The story's been done before, in particular The Descent. Now The Descent is a movie about friends that go into a cave and all of a sudden they're at the mercy of these monsters, these cave-dwelling creatures. But the way I can sum up In Darkness We Will Fall is that it's a Descent type of movie, but done in a very realistic way. There are no monsters, there's no CGI. It's all done in a very matter-of-fact way. It's a found footage horror film, so that just adds the authenticity to it. And that's why I liked it, is it takes a very simple idea, but it makes something of it. And I thought this is a very scary film. It not only shows you what happens when you're lost, but it shows you the survival instincts and what people are willing to do in order to come out of this ordeal, and that what people are willing to do to each other. And that's the whole premise of the film, is that these people are starting to turn on each other. These guys were friends, but when they get into desperation, they start to turn, and this is where it starts to get very, very scary. I thought the cave setting was very good. There are moments in the film that really work. There are some jump scares, but not a lot of jump scares. So it's more about the atmosphere, the claustrophobia, or the whole situation. And I thought the characters, their deterioration in their mental health was frightening. And towards the end I thought it really does kick into gear, but as I said, nothing is overdone. It doesn't feel like a genuine horror film, a generic horror film as such. Yes, it does have a simplistic idea. It has been done before, time and time again, but it's realistic. It actually feels like this is a bit of footage that you've found, and that about these friends who have just gone through this ordeal that could really happen to you. If you're lost and you're starving, what will you do? Will you kill someone in order to eat them? And that's the horrific situation that these people face. It's a situation I hope I never face. But you come to think of it, you think to yourself, well, what is humankind willing to do in order to survive? And that's the question that Alfredo Montero raises in this film, and I thought that was the best part of it by far. Now, being a found footage horror film, it doesn't require dialogue. I thought the dialogue was very strong, it was very realistic, as I said, very subtle, nothing's exaggerated. I thought the reactions from these characters was very subtle as well, you know, no overacting, so the acting was very good. My only problem is that the characters, once again, they're generic sort of characters in that you don't really like them. There is one in particular who goes a little bit nutty towards the end that I just really didn't like him, and that it felt like it was, in some instances, it was a different type of film, a realistic film, but with the characters it felt generic. It felt like these unlikable characters. So if they were a little bit more likable, I think it would have been a hell of a lot scarier and a hell of a lot more of an impact. But having said that, yes, it does have realistic situations, but the characters, for me, I thought they were a little bit bland. I really didn't care so much about them. I just cared about the situation and constantly thinking what I would do if I was in that situation. So not so much caring about these people, but just being scared about the situation that these people were facing. So I think a little bit more attention put into these characters, a little bit more of a dimension put into them, I thought would have benefited the film a great deal. But having said that, if you're a fan of The Descent and you want something that is a realistic version of The Descent, then I would highly recommend In Darkness We Will Fall, because I thought it has a lot of likeable qualities. The horror set pieces were very well done. It slowly creeps up on you. The ending was a little bit, once again, a little bit generic. I didn't really like the way it finished. It felt kind of Hollywood. But yeah, there is enough realistic quality in the film to make it different from the generic sort of lost in the caves or lost in the wilderness survival type of horror. So there are moments in the film that really work. There are slight moments that don't quite work, but combining it all, I thought this is a very simplistic yet very entertaining film that will have you on the edge of your seat and will really creep you out. So I thought the setting was great, and the way that these characters turn on each other was really unsettling as well. So overall, for In Darkness We Will Fall, I'm going to give it 3 stars. Go out there and see it. Alright guys, that's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later. Bye.